morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And, of course, good morning, Mini Motorways. Let's go to Dar es Salaam for today's daily challenge, which will start with 5 motorways, and we get double roundabouts, and that's nice. 5 motorways is usually a fine number of motorways. Plus, we always find that restricting a choice, even if it's a choice that means like, hey, you can't have this really good thing, like not being able to get motorways does kind of suck. But anytime the game restricts your choice in that way, I find that it gets a little bit easier just to plan, because you know that you can roughly expect to get what you need. Does that make sense? I have no idea. Let's pretend that we're all in shock about the apparently good mayoral candidate who apparently won the Democratic primary to become the mayor of New York. I have not been paying attention to that race, but I follow so many people on Bluesky, and specifically people from New York, that I've basically been inundated with that race. To the point where I muted the man's name on Bluesky yesterday, because good lord. Good lord. But yes, I think it's Zoran Momdani. I've literally never heard anyone say it aloud. So if I'm butchering that, sorry. But as a condolence, you get to be the mayor of New York, probably. Until, the second phase of the rat fucking. But hey, today's a celebratory day. A good thing happened. Let's not doom all over it, even though doom is the correct opinion. Doom is the correct opinion is both the title of the episode and the _Goog's life philosophy, which goes a fair way toward explaining gestures vaguely at everything, I suppose. But enough doom for now. There will be plenty more time for doom later because, well, there will be doom. That's the beautiful thing about doom. Sorry, the beautiful thing about doom is also a good phrase. Oh, God. All right. Let's take these yellows, wrap them around this blue expanse like so. The 2 of you will run down this way into this building. These 2 reds here, these 2 blues there. Everything shall be both hunky and dory. Oh my god, I actually said a phrase correctly instead of in an allegedly funny spoonerism. Must be losing my touch. It's on account of it being so goddamned hot. It is, in case you've been living under a rock, which, I mean, it's cool under rocks. It seems like a pleasing alternative right now. It is so goddamned hot. Yesterday was Tuesday. Monday and Tuesday of this week were just so fucking hot. Last night I was sitting at the computer and I was getting ready to pack up and go to bed because it was 10 o'clock at night, and I happened to glance over at my web browser, which has an extension which shows me the temperature. It was 90 degrees outside at 10 o'clock last night. Gross. Not a fan. Don't like it. Would have preferred something else, actually. And yet, here is a true thing that happened to me yesterday. So yesterday, as folks who pay attention in the Discord know, I had a job come up suddenly. I had to drive all the way to fucking New Hampshire, which, there are further places than New Hampshire, but had to drive to New Hampshire, had to park in a parking garage. Went to a depot, did the depot. It went fine. It was long, but it went fine. And we're leaving, right? We're exiting the deposition. We go back to the parking garage. Now, when I had parked there originally, the first 3 levels were full, so I had to park on the roof of this 4-level parking structure, which already kind of sucked because it meant my car was out baking in the heat. Oh, friends. I'm going to drop a motorway right here for now. This is obviously very prime bridging potential. Like, I've avoided taking a bridge a couple of times because we do have the 5 motorways, but at some point, probably the next available opportunity, given that we have plenty of traffic lights and roundabouts and such, at some point we're just going to take a bridge, and when we take a bridge, we will replace motorway number 1 with the aforementioned bridge. Until then, we'll just put a PCTL right down here. That should be basically okay. There is the small chance that this house takes it upon itself to service this business, which would be bad. Don't get me wrong, we don't want that, but it's unlikely at the moment. It'll probably be fine. Here, give me a bridge. We will murder and kill motorway number 1. Wait for this car to get back over to here. Drop this in like such. And we use this bridge in place of the motorway because, well, frankly, that's just better. All right. Second blue house, second and third blue house over here. Excellent. Means we can split these two blue businesses. It becomes less of an issue that this blue spawned in a truly awful location. Speaking of truly awful locations, hi there, yellow friend. Are you gonna develop another friend? You might develop another friend. Interesting. What if we just swing this yellow house like all the way over there, and we try to maintain the guiding principle of one business and one road? That seems like a good idea to me, but, you know, I'm biased. I came up with the idea. This blue business down here will be serviced like so, and hopefully with more blues momentarily. This light blue has gone circular, not necessarily the best thing in the world, but I mean, for the moment, it's going to be okay. This is a relatively short road. In the fullness of time, we're going to want more light blue houses over here. Hopefully, we don't have to do anything ridiculous with this this blue house and this road and a roundabout or something, but we'll... Fuck. Okay. Well, I suppose if light blues are going to spawn here anyway...
Hear ye! Let the record show that this viewer was here first.
Trombone Dalek was here first. Good morning, Dalek. All right. If we're going to do this, we might as well do this, right? Let's have Voop and Voop. We'll do this. The yellows go into the roundabout. They go down the south. The blues go into the roundabout. They go down the southeast. And we all wind up getting over here. Is that good and fine? I mean, it exists. Dalek is semi-awake and very grumbly because semi-awake. Don't want to be awake. Have to drive to PT before work. Also, hey, you work at a call center now. That's hopefully better than where you had been working. Congratulations on working at a call center, Trombone Dalek. It's work. Perhaps even good, noble work that needs doing. I don't know. There's a vast difference in the goodness and nobility of call center work, but listen, folk need assistance, and damn it, Trombone Dalek is there to assist them, and that's important, presumably. Presumably you're not, like, assisting the Greater Puppy Killing Association of Western North Carolina. If you are assisting the Greater Puppy Killing Association of Western North Carolina, I encourage you to stop. But beyond that, congratulations. You still work with kids during the year. The call center is scheduling auto service appointment. Good, noble work that needs doing. Damn it. People have autos that need service. There. You are no longer in... I swear to God, I didn't know you were in Western North Carolina. I just pulled that out of my ass because it sounded funny. But now you're in Maryland. Hey, I've been to Maryland. Let's take a bridge. Maryland is tiny. All right, what do we have here? We have a whole bunch of reds over here and a red circle here. You'd think that we could piece together a working philosophy here that might enable me to, say, do a thing. Okay. Let's do this. This dark blue has gone circular, which is kind of okay, I guess. Here's the plan. Are you ready? I have a plan. It's a good plan, too. Follow my plan. We're going to chop these reds off of this road, right? We're going to do this. We're also going to take these bridge reds, and we're going to run them like such. These are going to go over to here. These reds then will swing in this way. We'll borrow another roundabout, and by borrow I mean just, deploy. We'll put a roundabout right here. These reds service this business. These purples service this one. We've got kind of a developing issue with these dark blues, but hey, you know what? I think this might be a halfway decent motorway drop. Maybe. We might be evolving into a halfway decent roundabout confabulation, actually. Yeah, hold on. Stop the phone. Stop the presses. The Goog has an idea. It's gonna be terrible. First of all, we'll bulldoze that tree. Sorry about that tree. Second of all, we'll run a third business's worth of traffic through this one central roundabout. I'm sure that won't come back to rat-wike us in the ass or anything. Hey, I have a question for the good folk who make OBS. Why is the stream... Oh, you can control and zoom on that. Hey, how about that? Good job, Goog. I made the text in OBS smaller. It had gotten big. Next, we will toss another red house onto this red road going down to here. This yellow building has gone circular, which is basically fine. I've got 4 traffic lights, so let's take a second and third roundabout. Lord knows we're going to deploy plenty of them as the day goes on. These yellows, there's not a great way to do this, so I think we're just going to have to do it badly. Hold on, let's not crack our voice for no particular reason. Okay, you know what? All of this yellow nonsense, I'm sorry. Listen, you're just rounding about. That's what we're doing now. You be the roundabout, okay? Jeez. You come down here. You swoop in that away. You swoop in that away. All y'all yellows come together in perfect saffron harmony, okay? Get into a lovely yellow circle. Go down this way, serve that business. Jesus. All right, you 4 go in here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 dark blues servicing this thing. This red has just gone circular, but it's got 3 houses basically stapled to its driveway, so I'm not actually concerned about that. There is, despite Maryland's tininess, a huge cultural divide and animosity between Eastern and Western Maryland. I mean, I kind of get that. Like, I would imagine, as a person who's not from Maryland but has been to Maryland, that, you know, Eastern Maryland is very Eastern seaboardy and, like, almost thinks of itself as part of, well, I guess Western Maryland is closer to D.C., but still. Eastern Maryland would think of itself as part of the same megalopolis that includes, say, New York and Philadelphia, and Western Maryland could potentially accurately be described as Hicksville. I don't know if that's literally true, but it seems as though it might make sense. It's now going to turn out the trombone Dalek is in Western Maryland and horrendously offended by the suggestion that it might be Hicksville. There isn't a Hicksville in Maryland. There is a Rockville, though, which is very funny. But, you know, it's a weird little hipster burg that also contains a fuckload of lawyers. There are so many goddamned lawyers in Rockville, Maryland. Don't ask how I know this. Let's run these dark blues down here into this business right here. Let's ban and block and report to Twitch the horrible bot account. What has posted Garbo in my chatski? Shame on you, Gwast TSS. You are banned now. I am sure that the human being who created the Twitch account Gwast TSS is deeply ashamed at their actions. This is exactly what has happened, obviously. Let's put another yellow going down to here, and do I want to swing? Yeah, we'll swing this one over here, just make sure that this square business is fine. Speaking of square businesses being fine, this dark blue is a-okay. This red's doing kind of fine. We got these 4 going in here through one of the more ridiculous roundabouts you'll ever see. Although, hey, I just saw a way to avoid one of the spurs of this roundabout. We can future-proof it a little bit. And by future-proof, I mean big, long, stupid road time. Let's draw this thing. How's that for a big, long, stupid road? These 5 blues will circumnavigate, not necessarily the globe, but, you know, this red neighborhood. They'll get around this red neighborhood, go into the western entrance of this double plaza, and everything shall be fine and dandy. Slightly less fine, and significantly non-dandy, is these 2 purples having to peel off and go into that business, Fortunately, we do have these 2 purples, which, hold on, wait a moment. The way these purples have spawned, congratulations, Mr. the Roundabout. You existed and didn't die. You didn't kill anything. Good job. But now you're fired. For you see, we can just do this. These 3 purples serve this business. These 4 reds serve this business. And suddenly, everything works out. How about that? Light blue over here. We'll do this. Bulldoze that tree. Sorry about that tree. Drop those dozers in the chat. Let's take a 5th and 6th traffic light rather than a 6th roundabout. I don't want to jinx nothing, but I feel like at this point, the only relevant thing we're going to get every week is road, and maybe not even that. 72 road tiles may or may not be enough to see us through for literally the rest of the map, but it's a fair whack of road tiles. It must be said. Hi there, yellows. Ooh. Oh, you've spawned in an ucky place. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Matter of fact, I think what we're going to have to do, first thing we're going to have to do is we'll grab these 2 yellows, put them on this road, toss a PCTL right there. That'll be fine for these 2 to... Actually, hold on. We can just do this. And now there's no need for the TL, even if it is PC. There. That's better. Looks uglier, but it's actually better. Next, we can take any given 3 yellow houses. Let's give ourselves these 3 yellow houses right here. And we'll use our first motorway. Toss these 3 into the eastern entrance over here. Should be fine. Now, we did literally just use our first motorway. I think we're going to need to use our second immediately. For you see, we have... Hold on. We have these 4 reds right here. This red circle is not terribly happy about stuff, so what if we were to put a roundabout right there, a motorway off-ramp right there, and we do that? That might work for something. What else might work for something is if we finagle a bagel, and by a bagel I mean these 2 blue guys, down this way, into the business end of that plaza. Should be fine. All of these blues. Ooh. Okay, let's do a little bit of road restructuring so as to grab all the dark blues. That was a Blink 182 hit, wasn't it? All the dark... I don't know if that was actually Blink 182. I may have just embarrassed myself. Oh, I've definitely embarrassed myself, actually. Oh, well. We'll do a PCTL right here. And we have these 7 dark blues serving 2 businesses, which should be, basically fine. Basically fine. You 2 dark blues take care of this thing. I think once we get this road situated, that'll be a-okay. You up here are not necessarily a helpful purple, it must be said. You're kind of a confounding purple, actually. But, you know, we'll make do with what we've got. Draw motorway number 3, like so. Now, we have another light blue business over this way, which is kind of annoying, but only kind of. For you see, we can do something truly ridiculous. I think it's time for something truly ridiculous. You come over here, swing in like so, out in this manner. Now, I could use the roundabout here as a shortcut, but that would kind of overfuck the roundabout, which is, you know, not necessarily the best thing in the world. So, let's instead go the long way. Like this. How's that for the long way? That's a very long way for these 4 light blue houses to get, these 5 light blue houses to get to serve this business. But, you know, these 2 friends are so good. Oh, Oh, these are the most amazing and generous spawns in the history of the world. Never mind this bullshit. Hold on. You remember all of this shit I just did? Yeah, fuck that shit. To hell with that. We've got 4 light blue houses right here. Everything's just fine, actually. It's good, even. All right, here's another red for this road going into this business. This circle is kind of hanging in there. We do have a car in a driveway, so that's not the worst thing in the world. Render unto me a bridge, I guess. We'll take that, run that this way. All right, how are things doing more generalizedly? We'll toss another yellow into here. We'll put another yellow on the road over here. Hi there, you're mad. Oh, interesting. Why are you mad? Yeah, buddy? You don't get to be mad? Hold on, who allowed you to be mad? I don't remember endorsing your anger. Here, let's swing these 4 light blues up here via motorway number 4 into this entrance. Yeah, that should probably just take care of that. Actually, I think that business is now just gonna be fine. Speaking of things that are just gonna be fine, this light blue square, the one that most recently came into existence, yeah, it's just gonna be fine. I think also this dark blue circle is just gonna be fine. This purple square, just gonna be fine. There are some things over here that are like, yeah, I can see that killing me. And there are other things that are like, no, that's just gonna be fine. For instance, this purple business right here is just gonna be fine. You might as well do that. We'll split up the roundabouting a little bit here. I feel like this might be a wasted roundabout or like a not strictly necessary roundabout, but we've got plenty of them. It's not like I'm hurting. Might be worth seeing if I can reclaim any of these motorways, but I don't think I can. Like, we've got this one here serving this light blue. Can't really do anything to pull that back. This red business isn't... Oh, both of the reds have gotten... All of the reds have gotten angry, actually. That's not necessarily great, because, like... There's functionally nothing I can do about... Well, actually, hold on. I can add 1 additional house to the support system for this business, which is basically just going to have to be okay. This business here looks like it's getting angry, but it has plenty of additional support, so there's really not that much I can do about it. This dark blue's getting a little antsy. Here's what we can do about that. We can run a roundabout right here about. We can do the 2 of you in like so. We could even, if we wanted to, finagle these 2 dark blues in like such. That would probably overcomplicate things, but it would allow me to add another red to that network. So yeah, that's probably a net negative and actually going to kill everything, but you know, it'll be fine. Some of the eastern shore of Maryland could be considered Hicksville, as well as western Maryland, near Appalachia. What I'm hearing is that Maryland is actually significantly more Hicksville than we give it credit for, which, okay, that's fair. I shouldn't be surprised, given that one of the more hickish professional wrestlers on a major stage is literally from Sandy Fork, Delaware, which is, I mean, Maryland's a tiny state, but you could fit like 19 Delawares in Maryland, so... You go over there, get another light blue going over here to this business. This is another just gonna be fine. This dark blue's mad, however. Like, all of the dark blues are mad. Interesting. And by interesting, well, you know what I mean. At this point, ow. My intentions are fairly known when I say the word interesting. Speaking of things that are interesting, yeah, this paired business dark blue situation is actually kind of doom screwed, isn't it? All right, well, let's do an emergency stupid thing. We'll kill this traffic light. We'll kill this road. This business is probably just doomed, actually, but in order to possibly save it, we'll deploy our last and final motorway and try to get these 4 cars here to join the immediate reinforcement brigade. And if the immediate reinforcement brigade can come in here and keep this alive, then we might be onto something, but I don't think we're onto something. I think we're off of everything, actually. Yeah, everything in the planet has caught fire at pretty much the same time, which is both an accurate description of climate change and the doom of this map. 2,987 commuters over 98 days is unfortunate. There's not much more that can be said for it. It feels like a decent score. It's top 10% in the world. I mean, oh, failure. We got so close. Drop those samurai slams in the chat. Damn it. Curses and failure and crap. Alas. All right. The wordle today could be chain. There's nothing saying it's not, aside from the recently discovered fact that it's not. It could be close or perhaps close. It is neither. It could be ow. No, it's probably not ow. Ow is a 2-letter interjection that does not start with the word C. The word C, the letter C. There is a word C, but that is a 3-letter word that contains an E and perhaps an A, depending on which way you're saying it and what use you have for it. Anyway, it could be combo. Could absolutely be combo. It is, in fact, not combo, but, I saw the COM go green, and I was very excited for a moment, and then sadness. So, it could be... it's not like combs or anything like that, obviously. There's no B. It's not condo, because that contains an N, and we've already eliminated the second O situation. What is it, actually? So the only vowel I haven't eliminated here is U. Is there like a comet? Comet? Well, it's not comet. There's no E. But there's no like, Could be comfy. That's what it could be. Could absolutely be comfy. It is, in fact, comfy. Hey, how about that? Good job, Goog. All right. Did I mention that I have to be off the call and on a Zoom call at 8? So we should probably... we should probably get rid of the don't tell me the answer text as we jump into Time Guesser. Hello, Time Guesser. All right. So this is a vehicle yard of some kind. Some, 19 Dickities kind. Is this a fancy snowblower? Oh my god. Oh my god. By fancy, I mean fucking basically medieval and enormous, but oh my god. I love this. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. This is an enormous wicker basket as a backpack. Is that even a snowblower? Is there snow on the ground? I mean, there looks like there's something that could be snow on the ground, but it could just also be, a bright sunny day on brick or something. Hold on. I don't actually know what's going on with you, my guy, but I'm very fascinated. I want to know more. Tell me the story of your enormous wicker mushroom backpack. In the meantime, we've got horse-drawn carriages and cars and such. This is a parking lot at, a bridge into a city. What city? Wonderful question. First thought was Jolly London Town, but then, wait a moment, no, I don't think so. Not with the this and the that thing. No, this feels a little, maybe Italian? Could we be in, Italy? Could be in, Italy, I guess. I think we're supposed to just know what city this is, and I just don't. So it kind of limits our potential here. We do have a sailboat. I guess it can't be Venice, can it? No, that doesn't make sense. I I can't really make out the street signage here. That's not terribly helpful to me. The folk sure are wearing big, heavy, dark clothes. So, yeah, I don't think that's going to be horrendously helpful. This is like right as the changeover to vehicles, to cars and such was happening. We got a lot of boats, actually. So, I guess it could be Venice. That kind of makes sense, but... Wait. You know, I'm not always a person who recognizes flags. But I feel like this is the third time in the last week and a half that I've stumbled across the Turkish flag. So, Istanbul, 1919. How about that? Based entirely off of the existence of that one flag. That one flag tells me that we are in, pick a bridge in Istanbul, we'll pick this one in 1919. Seems conceivable. We are in the Galata Bridge in Istanbul. Yes. Also, it was 1925, so like not exactly 1919, but close enough for Goog to work, I guess. I don't know. We'll take it. Next. All right, so we have a match between... Oh, I know what this is because Ted Lasso. Okay, so in some World Cup in the 70s, I think 72, possibly 1976, but I think it was 1972. This is probably the game where the Netherlands side busted out total football and totally confounded the Germans. And I know that because YouTube, TikTok, and then subsequently YouTube Shorts showed me Coach Beard telling the anecdote of that to Ted Lasso on Ted Lasso. So the question is, where was that? And I want to say Munich. Although at this point I might be conflating that with various Olympic games, but you know. So yeah, this is soccer stadium in Munich in 1972. Sure, let's go with that. Now Munich is in Austria, I'm reasonably sure, which is, man, I would have said like, well, okay. It's in Germany, actually. But, you know, it's right there. All right. If we're going to go with Munich, we might as well find a soccer stadium in Munich, because there totally is one. They play soccer in Munich. By soccer, I mean football, but, you know. Oh, boy. This is probably not actually correct, but I'm going to feel very good about myself if I've nailed this. I have, in fact, not really nailed this at all. This was a different German and Dutch soccer game. Germany won rather decisively. So it was 300 miles away and in 1959. So I got like very partial credit. Okay. Oh, hi there. We've got, oh man, is that Cameroon? It might be Cameroon. I don't know, is the red over white the flag of Cameroon? May or may not regret that. So your license plate says Tamu Nagara, which doesn't actually help much. We're probably supposed to recognize you. You look like my Aunt Marie a little bit, mostly in the hair. But, Alright, let's see here. Got military uniform fellas and business suity folk, hat guys and cops of some stripe, and okay. Man, I don't know. This feels, you know, these folk here feel vaguely Polynesian, but I don't think Cameroon is Polynesian. I think I should abandon the Cameroon gambit. It's basically what House said when he realized that one of his subordinate doctors wouldn't fuck him. But anyway, we're definitely supposed to know who this lady is, and maybe this lady is Margaret Thatcher? Oh, that would be unfortunate. I just had to think about Margaret Thatcher. Oh, okay. Not a fan of that. All right, man, I don't know. Let's go to Fiji. Could be Fiji. If it's not Fiji, it's going to be like we're real bad at stuff. Maybe the Marshall Islands? Yeah, it could be the Marshall Islands. That has something to do with Margaret Thatcher, doesn't it? Jeez, these places are tiny. All right. Hey, I have an idea for a functional random guess. Let's stick a pin in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. So if I'm right, I'm right. And if I'm wrong, I'm thousands of miles wrong. It seems like a bad idea. It seems like a poor choice I'm making. These are the Marshall Islands in 1967. Obviously. It was Bali in Indonesia in 1971. I was thousands of miles wrong. Okay. All right, so next we've got, let's see here. So that's a British flag. That's an American flag. This is Chinese writing. That seems right. Okay. So this is some sort of Chinese festival? Yeah. Hold on. So these are the Chinese Masonic Athletes of Vancouver. Okay. Sure. Give it up for the Chinese Masonic Athletic Society of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Which is where we are. We're in the streets of Vancouver, don't you know? All right. Yeah, okay. Vancouver, 1950. This could be Hong Kong. Now, see, the thing is, there's like Chinese text, but British flaggery going on. And that seems like this could be a victory parade for the end of World War II that was also attended by the Chinese Masonic Athletic Society of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, which I would not believe that was a thing that existed had I not seen this banner. I still sort of don't believe that's a thing that exists, despite having seen that banner. So this, yeah, like this could be a victory parade celebrating the end of World War II happening in Hong Kong. Because we do have the Hong Kong Cafe, but, you know, it's a little bit on the nose. All right. Now, isn't this the flag of Hong Kong? Oh, God. Oh, God. Did people from... Okay. We're nope. The banner says Vancouver. We must respect the banner, damn it. The Chinese Masonic Athletic Society of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada has literally never let me down. They didn't let me down! Yes! Thank you, the Chinese Masonic Athletic Society of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. All right. So this is a Woolworths, which is a department store, specifically a British one, I think. Might have also been an American one at some point. You got pennantry going on here. Are these supposed to be flags? Oh, these are supposed to be flags. What manner of flags are these? Man, I don't know. No, actually, I think they might just be, like, decorative things. I don't think they're actually nationalistic in any way, which is annoying. Now, unfortunately, we can see, like, we can make out all of the text here, but I don't see... Well, I don't see any cities, obviously. Oh, wait. Wait. Reflected in the window is Gloucester. Okay. That matters. So there's something that says Gloucester near this Woolworths, which really, really does make you think it's British. But also, that car makes you hold up a moment. So I don't see, like, all through with a U. Is that a thing the Brits would have done? I kind of don't think that. Could we be in Gloucester, Massachusetts? Was there ever a Woolworths in Gloucester, Massachusetts? Make a beeline for the fabulous food specials, eh? Okay. Woolworths food department. Crap. These folk are really excited for a fucking Woolworths. Which, okay. What does this sign say? Vehicles must not wait longer than 1 hour between 9 and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 9 and noon on Saturday. Okay, so this is 1 hour parking. Got it. You move, guy. Your thing's in the way of the... Okay. So there's something that ends in Brook here. That doesn't actually help much. Does your license plate happen to say... It says New South Wales. This is fucking Australia! If I had a nickel for every time that fucking Australia has been in fucking Time Guesser posing as fucking Jolly London Town or the fucking United States of a fucking America, I would literally be rich. This is New South Wales, which means it's probably Sydney, which means there's a fucking Woolworths in fucking Sydney, fucking Australia. Goddamned Aussie pracs. Here, we'll stick a pin in Strathfield and see how you like it. Now, when was this? Wonderful fucking question. I don't know. 1938. Seems reasonable. Was, in fact...
I knew a roundabout was trouble when it dropped in. It's a shame on me now. Took cars to businesses they'd never been. But it shut me down. Oh, I knew a roundabout was trouble when it dropped in. It's a shame on me now. Took cars to businesses they'd never been. Now they're jammed on the cold hard ground.
Thank you, Sam. Oh, God. I don't know how to respond to that. Thank you, Samurai Sam. You knew it was trouble when I dropped it in. Well, it's what happens, man. So we were in Sydney, Australia, but it was also 1959. So, oops. We got the location right. The year, not so much. Samurai Sam, 49 months in the Goog troop, which means over 4 years of being able to drop every single one of these Tier 1 emotes, including, perhaps most importantly, the Samurai Slams, which, yes, we dropped today for the Mini Motorways Daily Challenge, and maybe the Time Guesser. I don't know. 33,177 sure is a score. But that's about all that can be said for it. Now, for today's Immaculate Grid, we need Pirates and Blue Jays and Phillies and Reds and dudes what played center field and dudes what had 300 or more career home runs. Sam says I clobbered me, which seems like you might have anger management issues. Okay. Drop the GGs for Time Guesser. That's good. A Philadelphia Philly who had 300 career homers is... probably not Ryan Howard. He was very good, but not for a tremendously long time. Let's take a bit of the layup and just go with James Howard. Thom. Game just counted that as 2 guesses. It did the thing it does. It did the... Anger. A Pittsburgh Pirate who played center field is Andrew McCutchen. Dude who had 300 career homers and played center field is probably not Mookie Betts. 300 is a fair whack of dingers. I feel like we had this conversation recently regarding Mookie Betts and dingers, and he might be over 300 dingers, but if he's not, he's close. We always talk about whether or not Mookie Betts has over 300 dingers, and I mean, fuck it, let's find out together forever as friends. Mookie Betts does not yet have 300 career dingers, so he'll get there though. A dude who played center field and had 300 dingers is Sammy Sosa. A dude who played center field for the Blue Jays is, I don't know, they probably stuck Darwin Barney out there at some point. He was versatile like that. Nope. All right, fine. I was wrong. A dude who played center field for the Blue Jays is Shannon Stewart. A dude who played for the Blue Jays and the Phillies is Matt Stairs. Sure. That seems reasonable. And a dude who played for the Cincinnati Reds and had 300 career homers is Adam Dunn. Adam Dunn is a dude who played for the Cincinnati Reds and had 300 homers. This has been an utter failure of an immaculate grid. Folks, that is going to do it for us here today on Good Morning Mini Motorways. This is our updated stream schedule for the remainder of the week. I will hopefully, this is the plan, hopefully be back tomorrow evening, a little bit of a late start, 6 o'clock Eastern, for Dragon Age: The Veilguard, and then Friday we shall return with Gim and a makeup stream of Cyberpunk 2077. Until then, thank you as always for being here. Thank you to Sam for resubscribing, Trombone Dalek for being here first, and all of you on YouTube as well. This is the end screen, everybody. Goodbye.